Are We Still Friends by Ruth Horowitz, illustrated by Blanca Gomez. Are we still friends? Beatrice and Abel lived side by side with a low stone wall between them. Abel grew apples, Beatrice raised bees. They were the finest of friends indeed, and so were the bees in those trees. Look at those rhyming words. Bees, trees. In summer, when honey filled Beatrice's hives, she hollered, "Hello, Abel, you free?" And he crossed the low stone wall to help gather the sticky, sweet liquid. I wonder what that liquid could be. In autumn, when apples filled Abel's trees, he called, "Hello, bee, please?" As she crossed the low wall to help harvest the ripe red fruit. Oh my, look at how many apples there are! In winter, the bees in the trees rested, so Beatrice and Abel rested too. Side by side, they spread crispy toast with apple butter and sipped warm tea with honey. They used their apples for apple butter and the honey for their tea. Beatrice and Abel needed each other all year, but especially in springtime, when Abel's trees filled with flowers. Beatrice's bees needed flowers, nectar to make their honey. Abel's trees needed bees to spread their pollen to make their fruit. Back and forth across the wall, the bees flew until... Oh no. One spring morning, whack! Abel smacked into a tree branch. Ouch! The smack startled a bee. Zing! The bee stung Abel right on his nose. Yow! Abel yammered. Whee! Across the wall, Beatrice heard Abel squeal. What a silly laugh, she thought. Wee hee hee, she laughed back. Was Bee laughing at him? Abel wondered. He rubbed his sore nose. Blasted Bee, he bellowed. Was Abel talking to her? Beatrice wondered. Don't you bellow at me, she yelled. Bellow means to shout or to be loud. Oh no. Pie face. Pie face, Abel sputtered. Well, you're a fuzz brain. Wormy core, fuzz brain. Back and forth the words flew until Beatrice and Abel marched into their houses and slammed their doors right behind them. There sat Abel, his hurt ripening like a big round apple. Pie face, he spluttered. I don't need her or her bees. And there sat Beatrice, her anger buzzing like an irate insect. Oh, we can see she's very angry. Fuzz brain, she muttered. I don't need him or his trees. But outside, the bees continued their quiet business. Back and forth across the wall they flew, sipping nectar and spreading pollen, just the same as always. Abel scribbled a sign and planted it where the bees would see, but the bees didn't care about that sign. Beatrice built a fence to keep the bees on her side, but the bees didn't care about that fence. What do we know about bees? Can they read? Can they follow rules? Up in his attic, Abel gathered a jumble of junk. He piled it on the wall. Down in her basement, Beatrice found a mishmash of trash. She stacked it on Abel's jumble. Sour apple, Beatrice snarled. Fuzz brain, Abel answered. And you know what the bees did. What did the bees do? But Beatrice and Abel didn't care Higher and higher they stacked and piled until, blink, something slipped. Clink, something dipped. Look at those rhyming words. Slipped, dipped. And with a clatter and a crash, the whole teetering mass tumbled into the bee yard. What a mess! In all that tangle, there wasn't a sign of Beatrice. Oh no, look at all that. Do we see Beatrice anywhere? Hello? Abel called. No answer. Hello? Abel shouted. Where was she? Then he answered something. It could have been the bees or the wind in the trees, but it seemed to be coming from the pile, and it seemed to be saying, hello. Hello? Abel called. Hello? At last, Abel found her. Hello, bee, he whooped. I thought I'd lost you. Hello yourself, she croaked. I thought you didn't care. Abel offered a hand and helped her climb out. I thought you were laughing at me, he said. I'm sorry. I thought you were insulting me, she said. I'm sorry too. Are we still friends? Indeed. They looked at the yard. What a royal mess. I'll put everything in apple pie order, Abel promised. I'll help, Beatrice said. So side by side, they cleaned everything up. Back in Abel's kitchen, they spread crispy toast with apple butter and sipped warm tea with honey. We're numbskulls, said Beatrice. Mush minds, Abel agreed. They were the finest of friends indeed, and so were the bees and the trees. Just the same as always. It would be fun to see what other trees could Abel grow. What other trees are there? We have orange trees and pomegranate trees. What else do you think could happen in this story?